We have now accessed more pages from the 2047 docket, or the toolkit as we are calling it, and let me just read this through. Here comes India 2047. Hundreds here are not even a ripple in the flow of human history, but to generations it means long drawn out years of hope, despair, retreat, advances, gains and pains. 2047 common era is not a watershed in history, but it signifies the end of a century of independent India and beginning of a new one pregnant with changes, positive and negative, cataclysmic or otherwise. We dream a 2047 where the political power has returned to the Muslim community from whom it was unjustly taken away by the British Raj. I am reading from the docket, not adding my commentary. The roadmap towards this first starts with the socio-economic development of the Muslim community, for which a separate roadmap was already provided in the name of Empower India Foundation. Socio-economic development and the resultant empowerment would lead also to political empowerment, which would then act as a virtuous cycle towards better socio-economic development and further political power. We have given ourselves a target of 2047 to bring about an Islamic government in this country. We are also trying to connect to spokespersons of different parties, political commentators, because the debate now is about two narratives. One narrative talks about Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, and then this 2047 toolkit says, let's have an Islamic government in India, and the target that they've set for themselves is 2047. Now, if we look into history of Islam, Muslims were always in minority, and for victory, we do not need to have a majority. The Popular Front of India is confident that even if 10% of the total Muslim population rallies behind it, PFI would subjugate the coward majority community to their knees and bring back the glory of Islam in India. Now, Richa, allow me to read this sentence once again. The Popular Front of India is confident that even if 10% of total Muslim population rally behind it, PFI, what would they do? They would subjugate the coward majority community to their knees and bring back the glory of Islam in India. To achieve this goal, the roadmap has been prepared to be kept in mind by all the PFI leaders and accordingly guide the PFI cadres, in particular the Muslim community. PFI cadres and Muslim youth should be repeatedly told that they were all working for Deen. Allah had created the world, Kainat, and Muslims were made for two reasons. The first, to establish the law of Allah, and secondly, Muslims are dying on earth. This should always be kept in mind, that the rule of Islam has to be established. And then on this page, the last bit talks about stages of progression towards Islamic rule. But let's first get reactions on the bit that we've covered so far. This says that the PFI, and you have Ratan Sharda now joining us on the broadcast. Before you go to him, I am reading this so that Mr. Sharda knows what we are talking about. The PFI is confident that even if 10% of the total Muslim population rallies behind it, PFI would subjugate the coward majority community to their knees and bring back the glory of Islam in India.